My name is Dat. I am an artist and producer, and I also run a record label called Unspeakable Records. It is an all-female record label. I am in New York working on a full-length record, and I have some music that's going in an art show, and then I'm going to be playing the after party. One of the artists on Unspeakable Records, Kraeji, aka the Gradients Project, actually curated this show. And it's a really cool collaboration between over 70 different producers and visual artists. Each producer made a 6-second loop of audio, and each loop was then paired with a visual artist who created content for the loops. I was born in Seattle and then raised in Olympia. So playing the dumbest things. Not only was I pretty isolated, because I lived in a town that was 45 minutes away from the school that I went to, but also because it's always fucking raining. You just don't really go outside that often and go do things. That just sort of forced me to stay home and study music or read poetry or whatever it is that I did as a weird child. Neither of my parents are very creative at all. We just never really could relate or understand one another on that level, I think. It was so central to my core existence, and I'm 99% sure my mom is tone deaf or something. I think they're just as confused as they ever were, except now that I'm getting paid for things, it's more confusing. I'm running a record label now, producing for other artists as well as my own music. I have a lot more going for me professionally than I did starting out. It's easier for them to get excited about things and I think feel good about the direction that I'm going in versus being extremely concerned at all times. I tend to be more of an observer, I think, just in general, and I really like to pay attention to other people and the very subtle nuances of body language and how they interact with others, be it loved ones or strangers or just how people carry themselves in the world. What I find most interesting are all of the ways that people put on these types of masks, kind of editing themselves to hide more intimate parts of themselves. And that even plays out on the internet too. What is your internet persona? What are you showing to people versus keeping to yourself, or what are you hiding? My goal is to really make myself as vulnerable as possible, get as uncomfortable as possible, and try to let go of all of those little habits or mannerisms or ways of hiding. There's so much pressure on us to look a certain way and to be all of these different things that are direct contradictions of one another. It's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be uncomfortable. You're not gonna spontaneously combust if, someone sees you without makeup. You have to really believe that what you're doing has value and that you're good at it.